Well, the Indian tax is very different to the proposed tax on carbon in Australia, and they each reflect our particular national circumstances. I think climate change is an interesting area between Australia and India, because while there's still differences of view between us on an issue like legally binding commitments, what we are seeing is a capacity to work quite constructively with each other. And I think this was particularly evident at the Cancun meeting, where India played a very important positive role on the issue of verification and monitoring. And we were very happy to work with Indian negotiators during that process. So I don't know whether either of us would want to set ourselves up as a model, but I think we're both countries whose governments are focused on climate change. We're both countries which have strong environmental policies, and we're both countries which are seeking to raise the mix of renewable energy in our overall energy mix, and I think that means that we can work together very effectively. Yeah, well, we have with India our largest bilateral science and technology research fund, and one of the areas that fund focuses on is energy, and in particular renewable energy. So, for instance, we have a terrific research program between the CSIRO and Indian agencies looking at solar-powered cold storage facilities for remote villages that aren't connected to the national grid. Now, this is a very important issue for India, because the estimates of wastage of agricultural production because of the absence of adequate storage facilities are very high. So it'll be a very important contribution to India's agricultural productivity if the research program can move ahead. We're engaged with TERI, the TERI Research Institute, on a biomass project, which is about harnessing biomass for renewable energy. There are a number of other things we're doing in the solar area, and we've commissioned a joint study about the prospects for a step up in solar energy production in each country. So I think all of that reflects the shared commitment that we have to environmental progress, and we each have targets for renewable energy. 20% of our energy mix we want to get out of renewable energy. I think when you add what's happening on solar, when you add what's happening with biomass, India's got quite good technology in relation to wind power. There's some Indian interest in hot rocks technology in Australia. It's quite a considerable program of collaboration across the renewable energy spectrum.